Hello, everyone, and welcome to Team Lawrence. I'm your host, Pat Brock, the Public Information Officer for Lawrence County Schools. And these are the back-to-school interviews, and we are here at West Lawrence Middle School. And we got the man with the plan himself, Dr. Garrett Cannon, to my right. How are you?
Doing very well, Miss Pat.
Now, you and I have been doing this for a little while, haven't we?
A little bit, yes, ma'am.
Kind of remind the people a little bit about you, Dr. Cannon. Let's talk about your time in education, and then we'll segue to where we are today.
Yes, ma'am. So I just completed 18 years with Lawrence County Schools. I was a classroom teacher at East Lawrence Elementary for 9 years, instructional coach at Southwest for 1, assistant principal here at West Lawrence Middle School for 6 years, and then I spent the past 2 years as principal at East Lawrence Middle. And now with the retirement of Mr. Waldrop, my mentor, I've had the opportunity to come back and be principal here at West Middle. I'm very, very excited about that.
When you think about Dr. Cannon when you first started out, you have these grandiose ideas, when you do your student teaching, you're like, okay, this is how this is going to go. Right. How would you say that you've evolved through the years as an educator and moving into administrator to be a better version of yourself?
I think just learning the art of having patience. I think becoming a father myself has actually made me a better teacher and also administrator. Just showing compassion, always trying to figure out the why behind things when students are coming to me with their needs or parents are coming to me with their needs. Trying to understand the why and just making the best decisions for them. So.
Now, you have done such a great job. I mean, say what you want about Dr. Cannon. I mean, when you handle business, you handle business. And I think that's so impressive. And you don't let your feathers get ruffled. How have you maintained your cool in the midst of some very trying things?
A lot of prayer, Miss Pat. Now, again, really just stepping aside and trying to understand where people are coming from. Yeah. And we are all, we're all walking the same path together many times, and so it's not hard to put yourself in other people's shoes a lot of times. And so you listen, do more listening than talking, and then try to put yourself in their shoes and try to help every way we can. So.
For sure, and I think that's part of your leadership style, isn't it?
It is.
Now, the way you rally the troops together, how has this process been? Because, we're getting ready to start school year, hitting that ground running. You did a great job. Everywhere you go, you kind of left your mark. And so how have you rallied these troops together now that you are at the helm of this school?
So during the beginning of the year meeting, we briefly, nobody wants to look at a lot of data on the first day back, but we did do some celebrating on just how high performing West Lawrence Middle is, and a lot of that, again, to use Mr. Waldrop as the reference point, I was his assistant principal, but where West Middle is now to where when Mr. Waldrop took over, it has exceeded tremendously, and so there is and should be an atmosphere and a climate of excellence around here. For sure. So we took some time to celebrate where we stand across the our RISA district, and I told the staff, you need to understand how awesome you are, and I want it to radiate from you and everything that you do, and for sure that will come down to the students. So not only academically were there a lot of things put in place last year to focus on the rigor, but I want it to just come from them and flow through them in everything that we do. So that was just a big talking point in our beginning of year meetings.
For sure. And now you guys, not just academically, but athletically, I mean, are you guys not tired of all these region championships the middle school's getting?
We do. We have our students. We have great students athletically and academically. We have a great coaching staff, and so we're very blessed, very blessed.
For sure. Now here it is, sir. Principal. How does it feel in that big old office over there?
It's nice. It's nice. I'm very, very, very excited, very grateful, very humble, but very excited to be here for sure.
So are there any new things that are being implemented that we need to make sure the parents or the students know that's happening here at the middle school that you want to make sure that you emphasize on?
Coming in, even though I did serve here in the past, I'm really embracing it with fresh eyes. I'm treating it as a new principal coming in, so I'm going to do more watching and observing this year than anything. So not a lot of new changes, but we are taking a lot of things that were put into place and started last year and moving them forward to implementation. So that was a conversation also in our beginning of the year meetings on how we're going to take some things that were started in years prior and go further with the implementation process this year. So digging in deeper a little bit in areas, but not necessarily new areas.
Right.
So.
What would you like to expound upon about the state bills for the banning of the cell phone, the bell to bell?
So we have purchased cell phone lockers, and the expectation is that students will come into the classrooms, put the lockers in place, and we have a procedure on how that's going to go and how they'll get those back. But I'm going to make it very clear that they should not be out during instructional time. And so we do want our students to be able to bring them to school and have access to them before and after school for all the different, different things that they're involved in, but they should not be out during instructional time.
For sure. And let's talk about your staff here. I mean,
Yes.
you've already kind of tooted their horn, and we're going to meet a couple of them here that are new to our system as well as transitioning as a part of this system. What would you like to say about this staff here?
Just the staff overall or my new staff?
Both.
Well, again, just how excellent they are.
Yeah.
I think the data, speaks for itself in that regard, but these are good people. And that was one of the greatest blessings about coming back here, because I know the vast majority of the staff, they have a heart for the kids, and they're all here for the right reasons. So
Yeah.
it's a good place to be.
Yes,
Good place
it
to be.
is. And your new staff and the staff that's transitioned, what would you like to share?
So we have Coach Josh Beck. He's coming to us from East Orange Middle School. He'll be serving as a 6th grade co-teacher. So I'm blessed to have him on staff. And Mr. Broton Bellamy, he's coming to us from Gwinnett County. He's taught ELA in the past in 6th and 7th grades, and he's going to serve as our ELA teacher in 8th grade this year. So very blessed to have these two gentlemen join us.
We always love to add male teachers to our, to our repertoire here, because
sure.
they're kind of like, Indian chiefs.
Right.
You only have a few.
That's
But
right.
glad to have them here. Anything else that you want to make sure that you share with the people of Dublin, Lawrence County, and to those parents of the students that you're serving?
Just that I am over the moon excited to be serving as a principal at West Orange Middle School. And if there's anything that I can do for you, the administrative staff, the teaching staff, faculty, just please let us know. My door will always be open to you, and I will pour my heart into all of my efforts here, and I just want to take care of you and your kids. So please come see me if you need me.
Very good. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Cannon. Thank you, Reed Waldrop, for the many years that you have served the people here of West Orange Middle School. You have done a fantastic job, and now you've transitioned after your retirement. And glad to have you on board as the head principal here at West Orange Middle School, sir.
Thank you very much, Ms. Pat.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dr. Garrett Cannon.
Citizens Bank of Lawrence County, green and growing, invested in the communities we serve. For consumer loans, commercial loans, mortgage loans, contact us at 272-7775 or log on to cbs-lc.com. Citizens Bank of Lawrence County, located on Hillcrest Parkway and downtown in the Henry Building. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen, here at West Lawrence Middle School, meeting a very new staff member to Lawrence County. How are you doing, sir?
I'm well, how are you?
Doing great. Good to see you.
I'm happy to be here.
Glad to have you. Now, listen, share with us tell us who you are. Talk to us about your family and your time in education, things that you've been doing to where we are today.
Yeah, of course. My name is Broton Bellamy. I've been teaching for 6 years now. All 5 years I've previously been in Gwinnett County. Taught 6th and 7th grade ELA. It's a subject that I love, and I'm happy to be here and be teaching that. I'm originally from Toccoa, Georgia, so up in northeast Georgia. My wife is from here, so that's how we ended up here. We moved to Gwinnett to kind of split the difference between families, but then once our son was born, we knew we had to be closer to someone. So we're happy to be here. We love Dublin, and I want to raise our family here, and glad to be here.
That is so special. You got to tell them who your family is, though. Tell us who your family is.
So my wife, her maiden name is Tate, Madison Tate.
I've been knowing Madison a long time. Golly. And so here it is brought now. Tell us your reason why. Like, why did you decide to go into the field of education?
Yeah, of course. I had a background in education from forever. My dad was a principal and administrator in Stevens County for forever, and he still serves on the Board of Education there. My brother works at the middle school there, coaches basketball there, and I've just had all kinds of family.
Look at that.
It's in the blood for sure.
It is.
But it's just good to be able to be a teacher, to be have an impact
Yeah.
on students and young lives and be a part of the community and serve it that way.
I love that for you, Broughton. So what is your teaching style like? Because here it is, you've been teaching for some years.
Yeah.
But this is your first year here, and so I
Yeah.
think that you kind of want to be able to command that classroom and get those kids, for one, excited about learning and getting to trust you and meet you for the first time.
Yeah.
What is your philosophy and your style of teaching?
The first thing is, it all comes down to relationships. You've got to set the foundation and build those relationships first before anything else can happen. Second, I believe a lot in consistency, so I'm very consistent in how I interact with all the students, how I manage the classroom. I believe in rigor, holding kids to high standards, especially in a subject like ELA. It's not always the most fun. It's not always the most engaging, but I definitely love to build in opportunities to be more engaging. But there's definitely a time for work and a time for enjoyment, and it's just about finding the balance between the two.
That's right, and you said a key word, just relationships, for one, is building that rapport with them. How big of influence has your family, and especially your dad, and it has been on your decision and how you teach?
I mean, it's been a big deal. I mean, my dad's always said to me, people don't know how much they don't care how much you know until they know how much you care, and so that's something that I take with me for all the times that I've been teaching, and I try to let that influence me every day on the work that I do.
I love that. Now listen, so here it is now. You're here in Lawrence County Schools. I mean, we had our big convocation. What did you think about all the stuff that's been taking place?
Man, it was a sight to see. It was just amazing to see all the teachers and all the staff of the community just join together to celebrate the work that Lawrence County does, and just to feel a part of the culture that this school system is. I couldn't be happier to be here in Lawrence County, and I couldn't happier to be here at West Lawrence Middle. Everyone's just been so welcoming, and I'm excited to get started.
And we're so happy that you're here. So here it is now. You guys have been getting those classrooms ready and having those meetings, just kind of getting back into the swing of things. Talk to us about that, and what about your cohorts that you have that you're working with?
I've been so blessed to be able to get to know everybody on the 8th grade team so far, and really just everybody that I've met in the building. People have come up to me, in a community like this, people know people, and people have reached out to me, and I've been like, okay, how do we know each other? What's the connection there? But again, it's all about the connections between staff and students, and everyone's just been so welcoming and kind, and I couldn't be happier to be here.
Very good. Is there a message you'd like to give to those parents out there, the kids that are going to be in your care?
I just really believe about doing things at a high level in terms of ELA especially, but also just getting to know that being part of this school is being part of a community too as well.
Thank you so much. Well, listen, we're so glad to have you here. This exciting. I'm telling you, it was just a few minutes ago that I found out who his wife and in-laws were, and I'm like, I know them quite well. But listen, we're glad to have you here. You're here to make your mark. We're excited about what you have to offer the young people here and being a part of this staff, and we cannot express how excited we are for this chapter in your life.
Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Broton Bellamy here at West Lawrence Middle School.
Work doesn't wait, and neither should you. At Oconee Fall Line Technical College, you don't just learn it, you do it. With small classes and hands-on labs, students train on the same tools they'll use on the job, and they'll learn from industry professionals who know what it takes and show you how. OFTC programs get you job ready fast in 2 years or less with affordable tuition and flexible classes. Great careers don't just happen, they begin. Oconee Fall Line Technical College. Careers begin here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here at West Lawrence Middle School, and we've got, former coach Josh Beck with us. How are you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
Good. I can't help but call you coach, but
It's
I'll
all
take
good.
it off. You've retired now.
Absolutely.
Give us a little history about you, Josh, you and your family. Talk to us about your time here at Lawrence County Schools and just the field of education.
So I'm originally from Southwest Georgia, Pelham, Georgia. I graduated from Georgia Southwestern in Americas, and I taught 2 years at Lee County, and then I made my way over here to Lawrence County. I taught 1 year at East Lawrence Elementary and 1 year at East Lawrence Middle School. Both those years I served as the head baseball coach, and I made my way over here to West Lawrence Middle. So this is my 5th year teaching overall, and my 3rd year as a special education teacher. And my mom is a teacher. She actually teaches at East Lawrence Elementary.
What is your mother's name?
Christy Beck.
There it is. Okay, we got you.
And so, like I said, it's really just, I never really thought about doing anything different, if I'm being honest with you, for better or for worse. You know, education was the path that I chose because I saw my mother, she was actually my teacher, and I saw her pour into so many students, and she was my inspiration, and anybody who asks me, I will say that, because she is a great teacher.
Okay, so we're actually interviewing teachers' kids today and how they've transitioned. And for you and your family, you've got a little family too.
Yeah, we just welcomed baby Opal Ruth Beck. She is 5 months old, and she is amazing. You know, I just is, you know, being a father right when she's born, something changes in you.
Yeah.
So, I'm just extremely excited to be here and excited to be closer to the family, and I'm just so excited to have her here.
And now that you've got a little one, you're going to have to really play a balancing act. So I think that by you no longer coaching, that's kind of helping with that balancing of your job and then your family. How do you keep those things balanced and making sure that you're giving everything you need to give for both?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you said it right there. That was part of the decision to not coach is, you know, I needed more to give to my family at home. I have a lovely wife who I love very much, and obviously now a little girl, and I want to make sure that they have me first, you know, because priorities have to be them. But, you know, I take this job very seriously, and I want to make sure I have enough to give to my students as well as them. And so coaching, man, it was awesome. Love my kids. Yeah. Shout out East Lawrence boys baseball. I love y'all. And they were my best group I've ever had. And, you know, just, you know, like I said, it just has, but I have to have more of me at home now because I have a little girl. And my wife's going part-time in her job, so I'm going to be picking up more transportation stuff as far as driving the bus, whether that be for sports teams or subbing routes. You know, so that's how we're going at it this year. May get back into coaching at some point, but for now, that's how it's got to be, you know.
Look at you, sacrificing for the good of your family. I love that. Now, Josh, when you think about yourself as an educator, like we've asked Broton before about his teaching style and the philosophy that he has in the classroom. Talk to us about that. And also, does the way you coach as well as the way you teach kind of coincide?
Again, you're kind of answering the question for me. You know, I would say that those definitely are very similar. I think, you know, and teachers, you know, we kind of wear this phrase out, but you have to love on the kids first. Yeah. I mean, you have to let them know that you care about them before they'll ever want to learn anything from you, especially in special education. You know, because a lot of times we deal with, you know, different factors, but like you said, I try to meet every student where they're at and help them learn where they're at, because I'm not necessarily looking for straight up test scores as I am progress. You know, a lot about special education is making progress where the students need to make progress more than it is a test score. Now, do we want them to do better on their tests? Of course. But first of all, we want them to have progress toward their individual goals. And so I would say for me, like, I really try to build positive relationships with the kid, because even if they don't learn anything from me, I want them to know, you know, Mr. Beck cared about me, and look back on me as a teacher as a positive experience, because we've all had those teachers who, you know, we may look at as the other way around, as negative. So
let me tell you something. I mean, we remember our teachers, whether you're a good teacher or whether you're a bad teacher, but the impact that a teacher has on someone's life, it sticks with them for a lifetime. Like, I had some of the best teachers, and there's a few that shall not be mentioned.
Of course, absolutely.
Is there any particular message or things that you'd like for the parents out there to know about you? Because you're going to have those kids, and you're going to be taking care of their kids, and we want to make sure that rapport is solid between the parents and the educator.
Well, I always tell all of my parents, you know, and they know if they come to open house, please get my phone number and let's be in constant communication. Because that is so key, especially as a special educator, to be in constant communication with the parent. Because if they know that you're okay with them texting your phone or calling your phone, then you can nip a lot of things in the bud. And a lot of times, if you talk, you understand each other better every time, whether or if there's a problem that doesn't come to light. And so for me, I try to hold my students to the highest expectations, the highest standards that I can, because I think we're doing them a disservice if we don't. And so, you know, I think that we have to understand that as educators and parents and be on the same page. Like, listen, we're going to do our best to hold every student to the highest standard that they can be held to. Because if we don't, you know, we're really not setting them up for success. So that's what I would say for me. You know, I just want to help my students grow and hold them to those standards. And I want them to understand that I care about them as people, but also their development in education.
Very good. Well, you've said it all there. Thank you so much. We're excited about where you are here now at West Lawrence Middle School. Excited about and thankful for the great work you did on the east side. I mean, again, that's part of that transforming those lives of those young people that you come into contact with. And now here you are getting ready to do the same thing, if not to a greater level, here at West Lawrence Middle School, and we're so excited for you.
Yes, ma'am, I am as well. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've been here at West Lawrence Middle School. We've talked with Dr. Garrett Cannon, the new principal here, who has transitioned back here. We've got Broton. We had Broton Bellamy that's new to this system, and we're just so proud to have him here and look forward to the great things that he's going to be able to share and add to this Team Lawrence family. And Josh Beck, who's always been a part of this family, and now here he is from the east side to the west side. All right, we're excited about the great things that are happening right here at West Lawrence Middle School. That's all the time we have here for Team Lawrence, where we continue to grow great students.